Let's get on Michael Strahan.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it.
Michael Strahan.
Let's see what the synopsis is about Michael.
No, Michael Strahan, German episode. Why is he there?
Why is Michael Strahan on the Germany episode? Why?
What's
still
AI
confused.
have to say about it?
Well, let's
start the clock.
Let's see how smart AI is. Why he is on this episode? I don't think AI would even know.
I don't know. Why would AI?
All right. Michael Strahan was a dominant defensive end for the New York Giants, known for his impressive career stats, including 141.5 sacks and 7 Pro Bowl selections. Holy moly, 141 and a half sacks. Oh.
9!
Wow. Born in Houston, Texas, he spent a significant part of his childhood in Germany due to his father's military service.
There you go.
That explains it right there.
That's
AI is smart.
AI smart.
Does have the answers.
AI is smart.
After retiring from football, Strahan transitioned to a successful media career, becoming a co-host on Good Morning America and an analyst on Fox NFL Sunday.
He replaced Regis.
Off the field, he's known for his charismatic personality and dedication to his family. Mm-hmm.
AI is full of shit.
Why would you say that?
Didn't mention one thing about his gap.
Oh yeah, you're right.
His teeth. It's like he's like known world. That gap has literally been in space. Man, Michael Strahan's so cool. I mean, he really has been a freaking inspiration for athletes post football career.
Well, hold on. I'm going to stop you right there. He's been an inspiration since the beginning of time, man, with what he's been through growing up all the way through his college days, then getting to the NFL and fighting all odds, and then having that post-career inspiration.
He's an Army brat, they call it, right? When his dad was in the Army, lived in Germany. I guess his uncle played in the NFL. Art Strahan.
And I think he lived with Uncle
So
Art.
Pop shipped him from Germany. Then he went to Texas Southern.
Where
didn't play any high school.
He played high school.
It's fresh. I mean, it's literally the story of Fresh Prince.
Listen to this.
Except Philadelphia and Germany are
high school he went to, 2 people.
What do you mean? 2 people?
There's 2 people in his high school, in his class.
How do you have 2 people in Germany? Did he go to high school in Germany?
No, he went to the high school in Texas somewhere. I just know the continued joke week in and week out with Jay Glazer and Michael Strahan is that Michael finished in top of his class because there's only 2 people. Even I could finish in top of my class when there's just 2 people.
That's what you call a valedictorian. If we were in a class of 2, who would finish first?
Depends what subject we're talking about.
Math.
Oh, I'm number 1 there.
Reading.
Number 1. I can read. I just can't project that well.
Cooking class.
Oh, I'm a cooker. I used to sing growing up. I'm a cooker. I'm a hooker. And I had no clue what I was really saying. And my brothers would be laughing at me, but I was like 8 years old. I remember I'm cooking. I'm hooking. And they would all know
what were you cooking at 8 years old?
Eggs, just breakfast sandwiches, stuff like that. Very easy.
You think Michael Strahan would eat your eggs?
He would eat my eggs. Yes, he would. And then he would eat me on the field because he was a beast.
He was an absolute monster. Mm-hmm. When you put on his film, you forget how big he is because he's leaned out so much now. And like he was like freakishly big. I mean, he had 22 and a half sacks in the season.
That's a sack record holder, isn't it?
Yeah. Brett Favre when Brett fell down. But I mean, regardless, that's what quarterbacks do all the time now. You know what I mean? So everyone gives him crap on it. I mean, he was going to get the tackle regardless. Mm-hmm. His power, his speed to power move was insane. He was just so strong and long. And you could tell he worked his dick off. To end the career the way he did, beat the Patriots, undefeated season in the Super Bowl, New York, Boston, then jump over and instantly sit on like Regis and Kelly. I mean, the guy has lived just a storybook type life. Mm-hmm. And he's overcome shit too.
Yes, he has overcome stuff. I mean, obviously not really playing football in high school. I don't know where he played at. And then I think some other high school around there just took him in like, oh, you're in our district. It's like a story like that. I'm not exactly 100% sure. And then he went whatever college he went to.
Texas Southern.
I don't even think he like really enrolled. It was like, hey, come play football here. And he just showed up and he was on the team. Like, that's kind of his story, like, for real. And then he was drafted 2nd round, I think, by the New York Giants. Yeah, what pick overall? Yeah, he was the 40th overall pick, 2nd round, 1993. That's mind-blowing right there. 1993 was the year he was drafted. Let me tell you, he does not seem that old at all. I feel like he's like, 39, 40 years old to this day.
He's still,
and he's like 52. Young. Looks young.
He's got the TV shit going.
He does.
It doesn't, you don't age.
Mm-hmm. You want to know what I really love about him is that he has no fear in anything he does. And that's what makes him so great. On the field, no fear against against his opponent. It didn't matter who he's going against. He was going to bull rush him. He was going to do a move to get around him, swim around him, or absolutely take that tackle. I mean, I've seen some of his highlights, and he's just like, I'm going to keep tossing you, buddy. Like, you know what I mean? He gave no care. And let you know. He would tell you. He loved talking trash out on the field. He had a motor of a mouth. He had a motor of an engine as a football player. No fear at all. And then he had no fear in his after career. Goes on TV, and he's just ready to go. He doesn't care, what's thrown at him. He's just going to go with it full speed at all times.
He works his tail off, and he's a really nice guy. Like, we work with him. And you could just tell it doesn't matter how big he is in the world, and he treats everyone like so nicely.
Treats everyone the same. Treats everyone with respect. Yeah. It doesn't matter what position you are in life. What
gets along with everyone.
What your job title is. And I just love his story from A to Z. When he first got in the NFL, too, I don't even think he really registered a sack until like his 4th, 5th year in the NFL. Maybe a couple sacks, but I know he didn't really turn onto the scene until about year 4 or 5.
When you watch him and if you had to block him, what would you do?
I would have been the guy to just chip him. I would have just went, hey, coach, man, this guy has a motor. He's huge, which he's a big guy already. I mean, I'm next to him on the desk, the Fox pregame show. But when I watch highlights of him, I'm like, man, he's like 3 times the size that he is right now when he was playing.
And he's big right now.
And he's big right now. But his arms were massive. And, like, he played like a guy that was, like, stockier and already had leverage because he was huge. He's like 6'5", 265. And he would get that leverage because he can play low.
Oh, I got a math question for you, Rob.
Yeah, let's hear it. I love math.
Between his NFL career and his media career, how many hours do you think Michael Strahan has been on TV?
Oh, my gosh. That's a math question that's over my head, Jules.
How many hours has Michael Strahan been on TV? That's a fucking question.
Well, here's the tricky part. In a game, while you're playing in the NFL, you're not on the TV the whole game.
No, but
so maybe like 4 minutes a game.
No.
All right. I would just say
because you're on the TV longer than 4 minutes because he got you on the sideline.
Yeah.
He was always
he was getting so many sacks that they would keep the camera on him. I would say about 1 million minutes.
1 million minutes?
1 million minutes.
How many years is that?
That's 1 million
minutes. Can we ask ChatGPT or something?
1 million.
What does AI say? Roughly?
Minutes. I mean, I said 1 million minutes. That's 1 million minutes. What else do we need to know? 1 million minutes is 1 million minutes. I'm telling you, I'm a math magician. That's what it equals. What about his get off? Let's talk about his get off real quick. I mean, that's what made him a special player is the ability of him to just burst right off the line and get to the quarterback and mess up the offensive tackle in a split second is what made him the great player that he is. And then he had to get off in his post-career. He had to get off while he was playing football. I mean, this guy is legendary. He's a role model in the community.
Great dad.
Great dad, great family man, great teammate to have.
Great teammate.
And it's a guy I feel like you would want on your team and not a guy you want to be playing against.
Oh, yeah, you definitely don't want to play against him because he's going to whoop your ass and he's going to let you know he's whooping your ass.
You think Brett Favre?
In like a funny way.
Exactly. He does do that. Yeah, he does do that. He does that to me.
He's witty.
He does that to me,
and
he thinks witty. I don't notice, but I notice, Michael. I notice what you're doing to me on Fox Sundays. You're coming at me, but you're so witty. You're pretending you're not. I got your game down, buddy. Oh, but hey, I got a question. You think Brett Favre was just scared of him, so he kind of let him have that sack?
100%. Who's not?
Oh, hold on. My shorts. I'm sorry, Jules. My shorts are just really short. Yeah, there we go. And I look better now. I look more professional.
Yeah, 100% Brett Favre was, I mean, did you see Strahan? He looks huge. Who wouldn't be scared of him?
Huge.
Brett Favre, I mean, I would be scared of him if I was in the pocket and he got a free release at you. Like, he beat his defender pretty easy on that play.
He's the prototypical defensive end that you want on your team. Size, speed, get off, power, leg strength.
Good in the run.
And pass, obviously.
Could
he cover? Did he ever drop?
I saw like one fumble return for a touchdown. Also, crazy fun fact about Stray. Tallest guy ever to be in space. 6'5"?
6'5". I'm
6'5"?
taller than him, so if I go to space, I'll be the tallest guy, Jules.
Are you going to go to space?
I'm always spacing out. So, yeah, I'm the tallest guy ever to go to space, Jules.
So was he like weightless and everything? He got to do the whole. That's pretty crazy.
Good thing he lost that playing weight because I don't think he would have been allowed up because he was really big back then. Like he would have been way too big for the spacecraft or whatever.
Imagine his spacesuit. It's probably huge.
Yeah.
They probably had to get extra fabric.
Man, would you go to space?
I would love. I'd let him do it a few more times. I would go to space.
We should do a show in space. If you go to space, I'll go to space. But like, I agree. Let's have like.
Let me get it.
Like 20 more people go on like the mission. Yeah, and then we would go like once we know it's really safe because we don't want this show to die. All our fans love this show, man. We can't.
We don't think that they're. Yeah. We don't think, but you never know.
We can't have this show like just disappear like that. No. Dudes on Space, it could be called.
Dudes on Space.
Dudes on Dudes in Space.
Dudes on
Space
Dudes.
On Dudes. Spacey Dudes.
Spacey on Dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Spacey on Dudes.
Mm-hmm. Space Dudes? Oh, man. Space Dudes on Dudes?
Space Dudes on Dudes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Time. What kind of dude is Michael Strahan?
He's a whiz, man. I think he's a whiz. He has a lot of innovation, which he has. He innovated the position, the defensive end position. He also innovated, a career after football. It kind of gave birth to you. He kind of gave birth to myself. He gave birth to many others out there because as a football player, as an NFL player, people think, the prototypical thing out there that people think is, hey, that person can just play football. That person's just an athlete. Well, he's the one that kind of broke that mold for us athletes and then having a better career after football. And he had an unbelievable career, Hall of Fame career, and then having an extra Hall of Fame career, post-football. Got to give it to him. You got to be a wizard. You got to have that innovation, and he sure does.
Well, he's like definitely a dude's dude because anytime you're at Fox, like he's always a fun dude to be around at work.
Yeah, he is a real fun dude to be around work. He's so witty, man, and he's on at all times. And if you watch his highlights as well on the football field, he's just talking garbage at all times. He's always on. It's something that I admire, man.
I know.
Someone that's always on at that size too. Because people that size, man, it takes more to always be on.
You're that size.
Exactly. I'm that size. And he's always on. He has a gift, man. He was born with a gift. There's no doubt about it. And he was a freak of nature on the field too. So,
but he's also a stud.
This is tough. Yeah, he is a stud, man. He's a stud off the field. He's a stud on the field. I mean, and he's a dog too because he don't give up.
I mean, he looks so long. He kind of looks like Derrick Henry out there.
Yeah, he's a big version of Derrick Henry. Oh, yeah. Good point.
He's also a dog, though.
What do you want to go with, though? What summarizes him best?
All right, on three, you say what you say, I'll say what I say. 1, 2, 3, stud.
Come on, Jules. We got to, be more on the same page.
Freak? You think why is he a freak?
I mean, he used to take freaking 330 pounds off the tackles and just throw him to the ground right out of his way and then get to the quarterback and drop him right to his knees.
And it's pretty freaky that big-ass DN football player is sitting at the table talking to, like, housewives all around the world, and they love him.
That's
freaky.
That is freaky. And it's freaky how he can talk 24/7 as well.
And he's always on.
He can come up with an answer and a solution for anything that's thrown his way. And he can do interviews.
He's really good at interviews.
He's all purpose, man.
He's freak. Stamping it. He's a freak.
He is. Freak.